What's going on, guys? I'm Christopher Rules. I'm here live and in person with Gio, and this is Talk of Shame. Yo, last night, I'm still tripping. Like, my mind is blown from everything that happened. I can't believe it. Like, I'm so shocked.
Hey, man, it was a crazy experience in the house. A lot of things happened that were unexpected, and you know, just being in the house is overwhelming.
Yeah, I know, like, being in the house is crazy, and so many things change so fast. And you guys, you know, hit the truth booth, and the results came out, no match. But before we even get to talk about it, let's run the clip.
Do you feel like I'm wrong for wanting to see if the grass is greener on the other side?
Because if Kaylen and I aren't a match, like, bro, I might everything.
What the was it that made you go from wanting me to not wanting me? Was it just fake from jump, or it was another bitch?
I know she's still hurt, but Julia's my match, and I feel like I lost time.
Julia is Gio's main distraction. I knew it from jump when he pulled the but he did not know how to man up and own that. If it's no match, I can and I will be connecting with other people in the house.
I live with that.
I'm free. Honestly, I don't want to go back to the old me, but I feel like a threesome is in order.
Real tears. My heart is broken. Like, that really broke me. And everyone on social last night was just, like, tore up after seeing you guys not being a match. Like, you all were our favorite. We were rooting for you guys. What happened?
You know, a lot of things happened that a lot of people won't understand, a lot of people won't see. You know, we could only show so much in each episode. You know, the truth about my relationship with Kaylen is that it was going great. And when things were good, they were amazing. And at one point in time, I was 100% sure we were a match. I was 100% sure that this is the kind of woman that I could settle down with and start a family with. That's all real. And what some people may not understand, especially if you haven't experienced this, that things change. And certain things happen and certain things get in the way. And, you know, that's why you'll see me say a lot, you know, love isn't perfect. Not everybody gets a happy ending. Not everybody gets that bullshit Disney Channel relationship. And it sucks.
Right. I mean, so it seemed like things kind of switched gears really fast. Like, you went from the ring to saying, like, I think Julia is my match.
Yeah.
Like, what happened in between that? Like, where did things change?
You know, it's hard to understand what happened in between that because a lot of things aren't shown. For one, I feel like my relationship with Kaylen wasn't portrayed as deeply as it was. It seemed shallow. It seemed random. But I don't want to say it.
I mean,
It's hard to put things into words because it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming to see shit on TV. It's overwhelming to relive those experiences. You know, in the house, I was really confused. In the house, I went through a lot. And, you know, what people don't understand is that you don't have the outlets that you have in real life. You can't walk away. You can't take a breather. You can't call your mom and ask for advice.
Yeah.
You're just living in the moment. You're rolling with the punches, and you just got to deal with shit. But the one thing I could tell you about my relationship with Kaylen is that it was real, it was genuine. Honestly, I didn't have any doubts until week 4. Week 4 is when things hit me like a sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, we've seen that. I mean, in the house, everything is magnified. Like, you're there all day, 24/7. You're spending all your time with these people. You have no one else to vent to or have relationships with but these people. So obviously, you know, we've seen that you guys had a real relationship. And when like things started to break, I'm still, you know, a little confused at, like, when did that happen? Like, what influenced that? Like, what about Kaylen made you say, I'm going to pull away this now at this point?
So the thing about my relationship with Kaylen, the downfall, it sucks that people want to play the victim. It sucks that people want to play the blame game and point fingers. You know, I broke up with Kaylen because of Kaylen. If Julia did not exist, I still would have pulled away. I still would have asked for space, and I still would have realized that we weren't a match before I even found out. And that just has to do with compatibility issues. That has to do with trust issues. That has to do with us not seeing eye to eye on certain things. You know, Kaylen and I would have disagreements and arguments that weren't shown. And we weren't able to come to a middle ground. We weren't able to compromise. And the only option for us was to sweep it under the rug. I don't want that. I don't want that kind of relationship. That doesn't make me happy. And knowing that, you know, one of the biggest moments for us was week 4 after that ceremony. You know, I hit Tori in the face with a pie. Mm-hmm. Kaylen pulled me aside. She told me that I'm being over-friendly with women.
Right.
That was just a glimpse of it. After that, we sat down, we talked for a while, and I was trying so hard to get inside her head and understand what she was thinking, what she was feeling, and I couldn't. And from that point on, I realized, well, maybe we're not compatible, maybe we're not gonna work out, we're not getting along, I can't come to terms with you. So I pulled away, I asked for space. When I realized that, well, Kaylen's probably not my match, I started thinking, then who is? Mm-hmm. And that's when signs started to point towards Julia. There's a big difference between Gio breaking up with Kaylen for Julia mm-hmm. versus Gio breaking up with Kaylen and then pursuing Julia. Because
well, before you get to Julia, I mean, when you guys went into the truth booth, were you shocked that you came out as a no match? Or was that, like, you know, not a surprise at all for you?
You know, I said this a million times in the house, and I wish people could hear it. I said this a million times that, for one, I was faithful and loyal to Kaylen until the truth booth. For 2, mm-hmm. I said that I'm gonna finish what I started. I'm gonna finish what I started, I'm gonna see it through, because I invested myself into it. I gave this girl my heart. Everything was genuine. It wasn't a game for me, so I wanted to see it through. And I said this a million times, if Kaylen and I are a match, I'm crazy and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Because I know what I was feeling. Mm-hmm. I knew the gut feeling that I had. I knew the premonitions that I had. And that all told me that we're not a match, we're not compatible. Game's sake in real life. Do you have, like, any examples of, like, something that showed you that you guys weren't a match? I think the biggest thing is when you argue with somebody and you can't resolve it, okay, or you can't come to terms with somebody, or you can't compromise, and the only way to continue is to sweep it under the rug and just pretend like it didn't happen, that's a huge problem. Yeah. When you feel like the woman you love doesn't trust you, when you feel guilty until proven innocent, that's a red flag. Do you feel like you giving her any reasons to make her not trust you, or was that just, you know, some inner issues that she had of her own? You know, at the time, I definitely did not, and it's very easy to use another woman as an excuse. Well, oh, he didn't want to be with me because he wanted to be with somebody else. That's bullshit. You know, I just didn't feel the trust. So, okay, now, I mean, you started to talk about Julia before you guys were not confirmed a match. And do you think that had anything to do with it? Honestly, before that disagreement week 4, before the you're being too friendly with women, before the I don't trust you, there was nobody else on my mind. There was nobody else on my radar. I was 100% sold and sure that we were a match. Okay. Well, you know, we've seen many of the guys fall for Julia pretty fast, mm-hmm. right? Everyone wanted a piece of Julia. And everyone on social is really, like, trying to figure out, what is it about Julia? What is it about her that, like, everyone, like, likes her? She got the sauce. She got the sauce. Nah, the thing about Julia, you know, honestly, when I first got into the house, I made a connection with Julia. We had some great conversation. And, you know, that's not really shown or understand. And the people don't really understand that. But I chose Kaylen over Julia, and I pursued that. I saw it through all the way to the end. But the thing about Julia, you know, when she really caught my eye was week 4, the 4th challenge, when it was just the females, you know, in the pool, toilet paper, all that shit.
Yeah.
It was freezing that day. It was raining, the water was cold, obviously. All the other girls were, "Ooh, it's cold." Julia was the only person that was headstrong, fucking tunnel vision, I'm ready to compete. And I saw something in her that day. I saw like this, yeah, I saw this warrior spirit that just fucking, it drove me crazy. And I couldn't keep my eyes off of her. And that's the honest truth. So in my mind, like I said, when I started thinking Kaylen wasn't my match, I started thinking, well, who is? All signs pointed towards Julia, and I feel like I chose to see only the good in Julia. And there was a lot of bad things. There was a lot of, you know, the manipulation with John. There was rumors. I chose to see only the good and focus on that.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, since you talked to everyone in the house, you said, I feel more experienced than everyone. I know the science of the matchmaking process.
That's right.
So before, we're going to play a game. We're going to play a game called Match or No Match.
Okay.
And I'm going to like list 2 things, and I want you to tell me if it's a match or no match. It's going to go pretty fast, so it's a lightning round. First question, John or Julia? John and Julia.
John and Julia,
No match or match?
Definitely not a match, man.
Chicken and waffles.
That's a match, always.
Rihanna and Drake.
Rihanna and Drake are a match, sadly, because I'm Team Breezy. Damn.
What?
I'm Team Breezy
Bro,
to the death.
like, you losing points. Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill.
Oh, that's a no match.
Okay, hot sauce in a bag.
Hot sauce in a bag? I mean, hot sauce is a match with anything.
Morgan and being humble.
Shit, Morgan, I love you, bro, but that's no match.
No match. Eggs and ketchup.
Hell no, no match.
Hot dogs and mustard.
That's a match.
Really? Hot dogs and ketchup.
That's no match. I don't fuck with ketchup.
Really?
No, ketchup
What?
bad for you. It's bad.
Drake and Future.
Drake and Future, that's a match.
What about Kanye and Designer?
No match. Hell no. Kanye cannot at no point dumb it down for the masses. I don't respect that.
All right, one last one.
Yeah.
Gio and Julia.
To be continued.
All right. Okay. All right, well, so that was, you know, Talk of Shame with Gio. Cleared the air about Kaylen and everything. That's a wrap. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Appreciate you guys. Stay positive. Stay open-minded. I love all the positive people, and I love love.
We out.